And these doctors nowadays, they don't try to treat, they don't want to heal anybody. It's all about treatment. Because if they treat you for something and they suppress something, you got to come in and see them on a regular basis. They can keep charging you. And unfortunately, it seems like they're all bought and paid and trained realistically by the pharmaceutical companies. Pharmaceutical companies have way too much power and they have very little to no liability. And the reason that is because a lot of these pharmaceutical companies donate and go ahead and make sure that they put a nice little stipend inside these sitting government officials' campaign accounts. And honestly, I think it's way past time that we repeal the 1987 vaccine or child vaccine liability law, which basically states that pharmaceutical companies cannot be held liable for any side effects or any kind of vaccine injuries to anyone under the age of 18. To me, that don't make sense. If you're pointing out something that's going to cause vaccine injuries and everything else, and you're forcing people to get it, someone should be held accountable. I mean, as most of you know, as I've talked about in the past, I went in to go get antibiotics on Christmas Eve, and I told them I didn't want nothing for pain. All I needed was antibiotics because I wasn't sure when I was going to be able to go into the dentist to get the toothache taken care of and make sure that it wasn't infected. And they gave me a shot of Toradol, which is a pain reliever. And then 15 minutes later, everything went to shit for me. I'm still feeling the effects of that. And they're just like, oops, our bad, but you can't do anything about it. So I would talk about taxes, but I'm hopeful with Trump pushing the tariffs, which I've talked about in the past, and I think that's a great thing. And we need to have these other countries. They want to enter into our market, which, let's face it, the American market, we spend in excess. We spend so much money on shit that we really don't need, but we want. And we have the means to do it. And everybody wants to sell in our market, and we let them get away. Like China, they have a tariff rate of like 1.6%, or they did. I got to check and see what it's at now. I'm not sure if it's been raised yet or not. They were paying 1.6%.